Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if it's the first time you are joining. Thank you so much for being here today. My name is Hayley and I review fragrances. So in today's video, I am going to be doing my first impressions on popular and hyped up fragrances. I have quite a lot of samples to get through, and this is truly going to be my first impressions because I've not even tried these yet. So if that's your kind of thing, then please keep on watching. But before we get started on the content, I would really appreciate it if you could subscribe to my channel. It really helps my channel out, and I would love to have you as part of this amazing fragrance community. So now that's out of the way, let's jump into the video. So in this package, I have lots of samples to go through, and these are from Twisted Lily. If you didn't know, Twisted Lily stocks samples of fragrances, which means you can try them before you purchase. I am an advocate of sampling fragrances before you purchase full-size bottles. I think it's the best way to not be disappointed by a fragrance. I have often bought a fragrance, a full-size bottle of a fragrance, and then been disappointed by it. I really do think you should sample first. It saves you so much money too, and Twisted Lily has lots of samples, and even better, they come as branded samples. And what I mean by that is, let's just grab one out at random. They are branded samples, not decants. And I think that's important because you know they've come directly from the manufacturer. Not that you can't trust other websites that sell decants, but I just prefer having branded samples. Plus, they are spray bottles and not dabbers. I can't stand dabbers as samples. It's really hard to actually do proper wear tests with dabbers. Anyway, I'm not going to ramble too much. What I'm going to do is I'm going to grab all of the samples out and show you what I've got first and foremost, and then I'm going to jump into sampling each fragrance. I think I ordered 8 or 9 different fragrances. I don't know if I'm going to go over all of them today, but I will show you what I have first. So these are all of the samples that I ordered from Twisted Lily. I can't wait to go through some of these with you. I just noticed, I think a couple of these are decants, but I will tell you which brands they are as I go through them. But I have here, I think actually 10 samples, and I'm super excited to go through some of these. A couple of these I have actually sampled before, but I do want to rediscover them because I can't really remember what they smell like. But the majority of these I have not smelled before. So I am super excited. I'm a bit worried too that some of these aren't going to live up to the hype, but that is the fun of this, and you will be able to see my true first impressions. But just bear in mind, what that means is I won't know anything about the longevity of the fragrance, how it performs, all of that kind of good stuff, but I can give you what my initial impressions are of these fragrances. So I guess let's jump into the first fragrance. So first up, we have a new release from Montale, and this one is called Bubble Forever. And I've seen this one doing the rounds. Sorry, I just ripped that right open. And I was super intrigued to try it because I've been really loving Montale fragrances recently, specifically the new releases. Okay, so let's spray this one. Oh, this smells like a bubblegum white floral on first impressions. Bubble Forever. Itmaybe this is supposed to have a bubblegum vibe. It's reminding me of Givenchy's L'Interdit on first impressions. It's very nice actually. Doesn't smell unique on first impressions, but it's really enjoyable. I think there must be tuberose in here, but I might be mistaken. I'll try and pop the notes on the screen. Very pretty. Not my normal type of fragrance. I'm not massively into tuberose, but I have been enjoying that note a lot more recently. I'm not really sure what else I'm picking up other than light, sweet florals and a bubblegum kind of vibe, but it might dry down a little bit different. So on first impressions, I think Bubble Forever is really nice. Not my cup of tea right now, but I would wear it, and I think it would be quite a mass appealing compliment getter as well, judging by the scent profile. But it doesn't smell anything unique on first impressions, but at the same time, I think it's nice. So yeah, I need to explore this one a little bit more. If you've tried Bubble Forever, let me know what you think about it down in the comments. Is it worth the hype, and do you like it? Next up is Fig Porn by Born to Stand Out. Now this is the one I was most excited about in this haul. It's the reason why I ordered these samples. So let's sample it. I have to say, fig isn't necessarily one of my favorite notes in fragrances, but I do enjoy some fig fragrances. Like Gris Chanel is definitely such an amazing fragrance, but there was something about this when I read the notes which intrigued me. Ooh, okay. So my first impression then is wow, and then something unusual came in which kind of left me a little bit baffled. Oh, I do like this though. It's kind of like a soapy fig. Is it soapy? Yeah, it's kind of like a soapy, clean, musky, fresh fig. Ooh, I like this. This is nice. I need to try this one on my skin, but I'm like, oh, do I spray one on my skin so early on in the video? I think I'm going to have to. Okay, so I'm going to spray this one on this hand. I'll leave the other hand free just in case I want to try on skin another fragrance. Oh yeah, it smells a little bit different on my skin actually. A bit more of the sweetness is coming through, but it is kind of like a fresh, clean, soapy fig vibe. I think I'm getting some kind of like earthiness, maybe an orris note. Oh wow, I love this one. Fig Porn, Fig Porn, Fig Porn. Born to Stand Out is a brand that's been really impressing me recently. I think I have another fragrance in this sample haul from the brand as well, but okay, this one, yes. I'll let it sit on the skin a little bit, but this is one I'm going to need to get a full-size bottle of. Oh, I really like this one. So yeah, first impressions are very, very good. But we will see how it dries down. I will try to update you in the video how this one dries down. But yeah, my first impressions of this, yes, this one is a love for me. Next up is a fragrance from Xerjoff, and this one is Via Cavour 1. So let's open up this sample and give it a spray. Just gonna chuck that on the floor. I'm excited to try this one. Let it settle a little bit. Ooh, this is good. I like this on first impressions. What am I getting? Sweet rose. This is sexy. This is a sexy fragrance. Is it unique? Oh, I don't think it is. But I've just sprayed it, so we will see. There's a note in here which is making this almost really attractive and almost carnal. This is a sexy fragrance though, so my first impressions are really strong, but I don't know quite what notes I'm picking up on, but I definitely like it. This is good. There is something tart in here as well. It's a little bit fruity, but there's a nice sweetness in the base. Kind of caramel. It's definitely woody too. But I love whatever that tart note is in the opening. Super attractive, almost like a powdery quality too. I believe there's a chocolate note in here. Yeah, this is a great fragrance. I want to try this one on my skin, but I'm like so early into the video. I'm like, is this the one I want to try on my skin next? But yeah, Via Cavour 1 is definitely a nice fragrance on first impressions. I'm going to give it a little bit more of a test in a future video to see if it's full bottle worthy. But on first impressions, I think it might be. So yeah, this is another fragrance. Have you tried it? What do you think about it? Let me know down in the comments. So next up is one of the newer releases from Thameen, and this one is called Bold as Love. So let's open this one up. Oh, it's a little bit harder to open. And spray it. Again, it's another one that I can't remember the notes of, but I like that because it means that I'm experiencing this without going into it knowing the notes. And sometimes I feel like that is best because when we know what notes a fragrance has, we almost judge it a certain way. I don't know if any of you feel the same about that. Give it a chance to spray. I'm not sure. No. First up, I'm getting like this smoked wood. Yeah, a smoky wood in the opening. And an earthiness, but there's an underground note to this. Maybe like a patchouli or something really green and herbal. Oh, no, I'm not sure I like this. I thought this was going to be a little bit more feminine leaning, but it's smelling quite masculine to me. But there's a real greenness coming through, which I can't quite get past. I don't know if this would smell different on the skin. I thought this was supposed to be quite a fruity floral fragrance. I know there's a leather note in here, but it's quite smoky. I'm really not enjoying this. I think I'm getting some vetiver too, almost like a salty vetiver. Definitely that earthiness. I think it's patchouli. Not getting any of that sweetness that I think is supposed to be in the fragrance. Bold as Love. I'm not sure that this one is for me. Definitely not one I will be getting a full-size bottle of. Don't really enjoy this one. I will try it on the skin. I think all fragrances need to be tried on the skin. They will smell a little bit different. But based off the paper, I don't think I'm going to enjoy this one on the skin too. Again, if you've tried this fragrance, please do let me know what you think about it. But my first impressions is this is not going to be a fragrance for me. And I don't even know if I would enjoy smelling this on someone else either. So not a great first impressions. Okay, I have another Xerjoff fragrance to try next. And this is the new version of the Tony Iommi, but this one is called Deified, and I'm excited to try this one because the original is spectacular, and I've heard this one is potent, like 2 free sprays is more than enough. So let's see about that. Let me just grab another paper test strip. Okay, I really love Xerjoff fragrances in general. Yes, yes, yes. This is sexy. However, I feel like this is more of a masculine leaning scent profile, one that I probably wouldn't wear myself. But oof, this one is good. Has a smoky quality to it as well. I'm definitely getting leather. But unlike the fragrance before from Thameen, this one is definitely very sexy. I'm getting a spiced quality as well. And there is a sweet fruitiness in the opening. I'm picking up saffron, and it's a really sexy saffron note. There's also a green quality. Based off the paper, I can't really tell about the strength of this, but it is definitely a show-stopping type of scent profile. It's a little bit musky, and again, I've already said, but this is a sexy type of scent profile. Oof, yes, this new Iommi Deified is a great fragrance. Not necessarily one I will wear myself, but I would love to smell it on my husband. I'm going to give him this sample to try. But yeah, first impressions, this is a great fragrance. Will I add it to my collection? I don't think I will unless my husband really loves it, but I do think it's great. And on first impressions, I think this is a showstopper, but I need to play around with it a little bit more. Have you tried this fragrance? If so, let me know what your thoughts of it are down in the comments below. Another fragrance that I have been so excited to try, and this one is Drunk Maple from Born to Stand Out. As I mentioned already, I've been really loving this brand. And Drunk Maple, oh, I can smell it already from the cap. Drunk Maple sounds like a bit of me, but I'm curious. Nice atomizer on the sample. I can smell it in the air. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, this smells like pancakes. I guess maple. Drunk maple though, is this supposed to be boozy? Does smell a little bit boozy, but I am hit with a blast of maple syrup. And it is delicious. Do I want to smell like maple syrup? Oh, I don't know. But I have to say, this is very Moorish. Oh, it's intoxicating for sure, but I can't get any of the other notes at this stage just because that maple note is so prominent. I am getting a slight booziness and I am picking up on a coffee note. I think I want to spray this one on my skin to see how this one reacts with my skin chemistry. But oof, this one is nice. Okay, I'm gonna spray this one on my skin because I just need to know. Ooh, okay. That pulls very differently on my skin. The maple note is not as strong. The coffee is coming through a little bit more, but I'm picking up some saffron too, and definitely that boozy note. I have drunk saffron, I think it's called, from Born to Stand Out. And I'm almost getting a little bit of that DNA on my skin, but with that sweet maple syrup and a little bit of coffee. There's definitely some vanilla in here too, and I'm picking up a musky quality. Ooh, this one is nice. This smells way better on the skin. Oh, I might need this one. What is it with me and Born to Stand Out at the moment? I'm really enjoying their fragrances. If you're looking for a maple syrup type of fragrance with some coffee, with some musk, with a boozy quality, a little bit of vanilla, you should definitely check out Drunk Maple. I will likely be adding this one to my collection. Oh, do I prefer it over Fig Porn? I'm not sure, they're very different, but so far so good from my samples. From Born to Stand Out. I said from so many times just then, but this one is good. It is sweet, but it's starting to dry down with a little bit more of that boozy quality. Enjoying this one a lot. Okay, so the next one I believe is a decant, but we will see once I've opened it. I can open it. And this one is Fugazzi, In Love with the Cocos. Now, I ordered a decant of this one because so many of you recommended I try this one. And yes, this is a Twisted Lily decant. Nice bottle though, or nice atomizer, shall I say. Let's grab a paper test strip. And I love coconut fragrances. Oh, that has a nice atomizer on it for a sample. Okay, yes, you guys were right. I needed to try this one. This is a coconut fragrance, but it has a twist to it. Now I want to spray this one on my skin too. Oh, this is a sexy coconut fragrance. I think I need to try this one on the skin. So let's give it a spray. I'll let that settle quickly. This definitely has some floral notes in it, but it's almost a mature coconut fragrance. And what I mean by that is, I don't know, it's not overly sweet and it doesn't have a beachy kind of sunscreen vibe either, but the floral notes in here are pulling a little bit mature. But let's pop this paper test strip down and then I will smell it on my skin. Oh yeah, the florals are definitely coming through, but they are really pretty, not as mature on my skin actually. I really like this one. Is this going to be another fragrance that I need a full-size bottle of? Yeah, maybe. Do I have a coconut fragrance that smells like this? I don't know if I do, you know. Next up, I have another Xerjoff fragrance, and this one is Italica. Now, I have sampled this one in the past, and I remember it being overwhelming and one that I didn't feel like I would wear, so I wanted to retest it. So let's grab out the sample and spray it. This one is super popular. I know lots of you love this, and I read the notes often on Fragrantica and I'm like, oh, I should love this fragrance. And it's been a while since I sampled it. So let me retry it and see if my thoughts have changed. Oh, this smells cakey. It smells delicious, and you are right. This is a fragrance that I should absolutely love. And I do like it, but do I want to smell like this? I don't know if I do. It's got that kind of almondy Play-Doh vibe about it. I'm getting a cakey vibe too, almost like some kind of fruit cake, maybe rum raisin ice cream mixed with tonka bean and almond. It is delicious. Oh, now I'm like, do I need to spray this one on my skin as well? Of course I do. You need to sample your fragrances on your skin, but I'm going to smell like the strangest mixture of things. Oh, I do like this one, and I did like it before, but it was one that I felt a little bit nauseous when I tried it a few years ago, maybe a couple of years ago, probably not a few years ago. Let me spray this one on my skin too. Just let it dry a little bit. Okay, yeah, it pulls a little bit more Play-Doh-y on my skin. Almost has a dry, yeah, on my skin, I can already smell it. This is one that just doesn't work on my skin chemistry. I prefer this one on the paper. Yeah, it makes me feel a little bit nauseous. It's not to say that I don't like the scent profile, and I can see why so many of you enjoy this fragrance, but on me, Italica is just a little bit too sickly, and I just find it overwhelming. So I guess that is why it's so important to try things on your skin, but I can understand why so many of you do like Italica. Let me know what you feel on Italica if you've tried it. I would love to hear your thoughts. Okay, let's do one more fragrance because my nose is a little bit overwhelmed at the moment. Now, another fragrance I have sampled before, this is Amore Cafe from Mancera, but honestly, I can't really remember what it smells like. I do remember really liking it when I smelt it last time, and I nearly purchased a bottle the other day, but I wanted to try it again before I sampled it, and I can't find my decant of it. It was an unlabeled decant, and it just got lost in my collection somewhere. So let's resample Amore Cafe. Nice atomizer. Ooh, yes. Ooh. Is this going to be the best one from today? This one is delicious. Okay, I think I need this one in my collection. I remember loving it last time, as I've mentioned. Yes, 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 yes. Vanilla ice cream with a little bit of coffee. Almost smells like it has some caramel drizzle as well. Yes, Amore Cafe. I need this one in my collection. I want to spray this on the skin, but I've used up all of my skin and I don't want them to mingle together. My nose is going a little bit nose blind at this point, and I don't know if this is mixing in with maybe drunk maple as well, but I think I'm just going to go ahead and purchase a full-size bottle of Amore Cafe because I think this one is really nice. I will give you an updated review because my senses are starting to get a little bit overwhelmed. I know a lot of you have probably tried this one. Let me know down in the comments if you like Amore Cafe, but this is one that is definitely full bottle worthy in my opinion, and one that I will be purchasing a full-size bottle of myself. So those were all of the samples that I wanted to go through in today's video. That was so much fun. Let me know if you have tried any of these, and if so, what are your thoughts? But I love sampling new fragrances. As I mentioned, I feel like it's super important to try fragrances before you purchase a full-size bottle if you can. And there are a few retailers out there that stock samples. Twisted Lily has a great selection, and I am an affiliate with the brand, so you can get 10% off with my code if you would like to. There are other places that you can get samples too, but Twisted Lily, I just trust them to purchase my samples from. But thank you so much for joining me. It's been a pleasure as always. I hope to see you in a future video to come. Thank you so much, and goodbye.